This video is brought to you by Audit Zone. Please subscribe, like, and share.
When a popular YouTuber by the name Delete Laws was pulled over by two Tempe cops for alleged traffic violations.
Hey. It's in here. You're not going to be scared if I reach it, are you?
Do you have any weapons?
Well, I don't answer any questions, but you can clearly see inside of my vehicle, I have camera equipment. I'm a TV producer.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license, please?
I do.
Could you grab it for me, please?
But I did a U-turn where the road was closed. I just want you to notice that.
All right. Could you give me your driver's license, please?
I can, but I got to reach in here, and I don't want you to be scared.
Just give me your driver's license.
This is the Mullen Commission. I teach constitutional law.
Okay.
Just so you understand what you're doing here.
All right.
Be really careful your steps here.
Give me your driver's license, please.
You can't say I ran a red light when the road was closed and I didn't see the road was closed. I took a right and there was nowhere to go.
Anytime you're being interrogated by a police officer, if you need to reach towards your wallet or glove compartment, always notify the police officer before you make any moves. Also, do it slowly and deliberately. If you're in a dark area, the police officer will follow your hands with his flashlight. Once you are done accessing your bag, put your hands on the wheel to show you mean no harm to the officer. Delete Laws further made the officer understand that he knows what he's doing, as explained in the Mullen Commission. He told the officer that he didn't break any traffic rules with the U-turn he made as the road was closed, and there was no sign preventing him from making the U-turn. Now, for those unfamiliar with what the Mullen Commission's all about, it was a criminal investigation conducted in the 1990s concerning police corruption in the New York City Police Department. The investigators found that many police officers were involved in serious acts of corruption and brutality. Anytime you feel you're being unjustifiably delayed by a cop, verbally ask if you can leave. If you don't ask, it will be regarded as voluntary detention. If they further delay you after you ask to leave, that's unlawful and can be used against them in the case of a lawsuit. Let's see how things unfolded between Delete Laws and the two officers.
Please give me your driver's license, your insurance, and your registration.
You don't have to be demanding. You can clearly see I'm pulling out my identification for you right here. There's no reason for you to be rude to me. Remember, 300,000 people follow me teaching constitutional law. So while you're armed and dangerous, I'm not. And you can't lose your temper because I'm a citizen and you're doing your job.
I'm just asking for your identification.
Right, but you're being aggressive towards me and I don't like it. So you need to stop. You have 8 minutes to conclude your stop.
All right.
If you mess up one step of the way, I'll get your jacket.
Okay.
And you know what I'm talking about when I say your jacket.
You need to identify yourself.
I clearly am showing you my identification right here.
Please?
I'll take the tape off and I'll give it to you. And you guys have just become tyrants. Like, I'm not usually this close to someone who's just so dangerous, that carries a gun around, pulling people over, demanding things. It's like, it's absolutely ridiculous the way you guys behave, and you wonder why people don't like you. I mean, look how you're behaving. You didn't see the road was closed back there?
I'm just asking for your
But
identification.
you didn't see the road was closed. It was plain as day the road was closed. You didn't see that?
I need your driver's license, your insurance, registration, please.
Listen, you can be short all you want, but I don't exactly drive around with my identification showing for people to see it. You follow what I'm saying to you? You want to cover it up so you stay protected from identity theft. I mean, what in the world would make you pull me over? You can clearly see that the road was closed and I had nowhere to go.
Sir, I've already told you why I pulled you over.
Yeah, but you're just making an excuse to pull me over to see if I'm drinking or to see if I've done something wrong or to look in my car. I mean, the truth is there's all the information you need right there. That's my driver's license, that's my insurance. I mean, for me, it's contact because I just produce this stuff all the time. Yeah, this is a brand new car, so the registration is still in a giant form right here. Just bought the car, so I just got it. I don't know which one it is. Oh, you know what? It's over here. It's the sticker.
It's the piece of paper that comes.
Yeah, it's the piece of paper that comes in the window. I mean, I can't believe you even pulled me over, to be honest. You could clearly see that road was closed. You didn't.
Please like, subscribe, and share Audit Zone. This is where this video is coming from, is Audit Zone. Please like, subscribe, and share.
You see the road was closed?
I saw, but I also saw that you were stopped at a red light, and you turned left at a red light, and then I also saw right here, you turned left in lane number L1 and straight into lane number 2 and cut off the other vehicle that was.
I didn't cut off any vehicles, officer. Don't make things up. I got a camera in here, so don't say things that aren't true. I didn't cut off anybody. I didn't
keep looking up your registration.
I didn't drive recklessly.
I didn't look up your registration. I didn't look up your registration
or anything else.
As Delete Laws continued to search for his registration, the first off.
What am I waiting for? Morning.
Good morning. I'm not. I'm still in my robe as usual, and so I'm going to turn the camera off and talk to you. Okay?
Not a problem.
All right. Good morning, sweetheart.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere. Damn. I don't know why I said I'll be right back. But anyway, Larry. So Larry, wait. Wait. All right. So that's Delete Laws, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So where did you get that video?
I just found it. It was like one of the top videos. It's from Audit Zone.
Audit Zone, okay. I don't know who that is, so be careful with because Chili's, one of my YouTube friends, right? But they got a lot of chaos going on with him, right? And
oh yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So I just want you to make sure that you know that it's Delete Laws video and somebody's replaying it. What date is it on?
10 days ago that he
All
got
right.
this Audit Zone posted it.
All right, this happened last year, I believe, when Chili got arrested.
Yeah, I remember watching it when it happened.
Yeah. I was in his chat then.
Oh, really?
Yep, I was in his chat that night because he was live.
That's funny.
Yep.
So we've been in the same rooms a long time ago and we didn't even know it.
Yes, Dirty Larry, probably so. I'm sorry to be so loud, but I keep telling people I've been in these YouTube streets for quite a while. I met Chili through San Joaquin Valley News. They all did an interview with him, but then everything started going just like, it's these YouTube streets, man. Soon as you start doing good, right? And people, you start getting a following, then people start hating on you, calling you a grifter and say, it's a lot of stories out here in these YouTube streets about him, right? I had to stop engaging because it's just so negative. Everything is just so negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of funny because through him, it's the first time I found out about people. All they do is break people's videos apart and, talk bad about them and shit.
Oh, Can I tell you?
Sure.
So, I'm going to be funny this morning now. Keep up. All right. So that's why I got into it with that guy I told you I got into it with yesterday,
Uh-huh.
because he was he was not he wasn't disagreeing with what Amagansett Press does, right, for his YouTube channel, but
Mhm.
he was saying that what he was doing was wrong because he was agitating people.
Yeah.
He said that Amagansett Press goes out to get a rouse out of people.
Right. That's what you were saying yesterday.
Yeah, that's not, I don't believe that's true. The auditor's intentions is to go out and record in public and see who respects their right to record in public. That's the mission, right? It don't
Right.
have shit to do about clicks or views with most of them. Now,
Right.
if you chose to pick apart the message, or if you chose to pick apart the person and not the message, then that's on you,
Right.
right? So what I was doing was paying attention to the message that they put out. They say we just want to be able to use our First Amendment to record in public places, public forums, you know, you know, those kind of places that they are allowed to go without people bothering them. That's the lesson. Leave me the fuck alone when I'm minding my business out enjoying my day.
Yeah.
Just because you're uncomfortable about your day and the way you look and the way you feel about yourself, why should I, right, stop what I'm doing?
Right.
This is what the auditors are trying to teach people, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot of rights. Please forgive me.
You're fine.
Illumitami knows. See, it's for other people that might be listening, right? They might see. I said right again, but I don't know what it is, but I've been doing it. I've been doing it for a long time, right? And it's not for you to agree with me. It's just my speech.
Right.
It's just a part of my speaking.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not like, well, I want you to, when I say right, I want you to say, yeah, you're right. But no, if you don't agree, you don't have to. I'm not saying it for that. Right? You
Oh, I
understand?
know that.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that.
But other people don't, Larry. Other people get defensive and they want to back their shit up, and you know what I mean? They don't listen without hearing. They don't hear without listening. You got me? I'm
Oh, yeah.
not gonna say right anymore, Tommy. Tommy, if you're listening, I'm gonna try to refrain from saying so many rights. Damn shame.
I thought, wasn't that yesterday he was here?
Yes, he left. I don't know why he left me and didn't say bye, but I guess because, a lot of, since since the disagreeing of Paul Enslaved has been going around in these YouTube streets so much, right? Other people don't understand that other people have free will in their own mind and their own way of thinking about things, right? And what I've learned to do is live and let live. Because guess what, Larry?
Huh.
I was in the chat yesterday and I had a ball.
That's good.
And I want to thank Paul for, Paul puts forth an effort for a reason, and people don't know it. People don't like hearing other people talk about him. You give credit where credit is due, right?
Yeah.
I support people because I give credit where credit is due. I don't support people getting all up into the drama bonding. I try not to get all caught up into that. And that's why, not with Benton yesterday, it wasn't with about Amagansett Press. It was about how he was treating me,
Right.
right? And when Paul came up on Yurt's panel, how he treated me was so how I met him. He didn't
Yeah.
argue. He didn't argue with me. He didn't dispute any. He didn't. You know, it was just so. It was just so. Just like I look at Paul, and that's what I get from Paul. Yesterday, when I was in that chat, I swear to you, he made an effort. Look, it wasn't even about me, but this is the way I thought of him by seeing the way he by seeing the way he conducted himself yesterday, right? That's how I met him. Just spitting truth. You know what I mean? Spitting fire on how he lives and how he, thinks maybe others should live. But he had this crazy guy. He was showing a video of this crazy guy, right? And he was doing it at 1.5, and it was so funny because he was saying a lot of shit that Paul says, but the guy is not still living that way. He was only doing it to get what he wanted, and he wanted a Pro Mac. You know, those computers, laptops, or whatever. So he was spitting all this shit, right? But he was also begging people, not begging, but he was trying to get him a Pro Mac and some equipment. And it was just so funny the way Paul was doing it. But he just a lot of stuff I heard Paul say, and I was cracking up. But I enjoyed myself in the chat, man. It was, nobody gave me, a couple of people was hesitant to speak, and that's okay, right? Because they didn't know where, because I hadn't been around in a while, they didn't know what was going on. They ain't know how, but other people that have seen me know, even when I'm over here, right? I ain't never seen trash fall in any kind of way. If I had any personal feelings, I dealt with them personally, right?
Uh-huh.
So, that was a responsible thing for me to keep me out of chaos, right? Because I don't like to be in chaos. And what that dude did to me yesterday, man, I don't like no shit like that. Did I send you? I sent you the link, right? No. I think if it's still up, I'm gonna send it to you. The video of that thing. If he didn't take it down, I'm gonna send it to you.
The only problem is I've been so busy the last few days. You've posted like 8 videos, so I'm gonna have to spend a week checking up on your damn videos.
Well, I mean, just take your time, but this is what I'm doing. On my Facebook page, I'm just trying to keep people aware, help people
I
pay
know.
attention.
I
But
had to
the
give you
people,
a
other
bad
people
time,
don't,
girl. I
other
had to
people,
give you a bad time.
no, listen, other people don't though, Larry, right? Other people don't care or they don't respond to it. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's sad that they don't respond to it and say, hey, I might need to pay attention to this, or hey, you don't have to agree with it, but pay attention to it. It's a message. Every time I
Right.
post something, it's a message.
I just posted a video on Facebook I watched last night. It was funnier and fuck. It's a little long. The first part of it's really funny,
Mm-hmm.
and then it kind of drags on. You should check it out though. It's with this guy I watch on this that makes computers, and he's talking about these Twitch people that started their own computer business.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that's talking about it's the owner, and he just starts downgrading himself and shit. It's pretty fucking funny.
Oh, that's funny. Well, at least he's being honest and transparent, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it
All
was
right.
really good.
You know what I mean by honest and transparent. You know what transparent mean, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And see, that's how I live my life, man. I try to be honest and transparent without these YouTube streets trying to drag me through the mud.
It's
You
fun
won't,
sometimes.
you won't be dragging me about no dumbass bullshit about some Amagansett Press and what he does. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, Tommy. I'm sorry if you're watching. I ain't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to conduct myself better, Tommy. I promise.
But anyway, like I started to say about Tommy, I thought that was a really good conversation we had yesterday.
Yeah. I'm sorry. He was playing his damn game and he was just really listening. But like people get hung up on why I agree with Paul. And because somebody said it in the chat and another chat. Oh, Sly Shy was just sitting there shaking her head, agreeing with everything Paul says. What's wrong with that? If he's saying something that I agree with, what the fuck wrong with it with me shaking my head in agreement? What am I supposed to, when he talk, I'm supposed to shake my head no to please you? The fuck out of here.
Well, I think too we can all find things about it, everybody we can agree with, and we can find things that we don't agree with.
Yeah, but don't dog me because I agree.
No, I'm not
No,
saying
not
that.
you, Larry. No, Larry, here you go getting on defense. This is what I'm
No, I
talking about.
wasn't. I was just
Yes, you was. Yes, you was. No, I ain't talking. I ain't saying that. I'm
all
not
right.
saying you
My
was.
brain's my brain's
God,
still scattered. I'm
Stop,
sorry.
stop, stop blaming it on your damn brain. Just slow down. Just slow down. Listen to me and hear me, buddy.
All right, that's fine.
All right, go ahead now. Now, I'm sorry I gotta treat you like this, but start all over again.
I'm getting me some more coffee, so maybe I'll wake up.
Hey, you can stay asleep. I just don't want you to be all defensive when I say, when I say something, man. I ain't saying you. You know what I
All right.
mean? All
I
right,
know.
all right. take take the cotton out your mouth and put it. No, take the cotton out your ears and put it in your mouth, Larry.
Hello, Nubs. Hello, Chuck. How are you two doing today?
Good morning, Chuck. I'm sorry, Chuck, that I forgot to speak to you in the chat, man. I seen you in the chat yesterday.
And what do you don't agree with there, Nubs? Man, it's like I feel like I'm in a big fog this morning.
Hey, Nubs, man, what's up? Moose, Moose is waiting for you and Mary to come up on the panel, right? So he could come up. So, like, could y'all help Moose out, please? Damn shame he can't handle me without backup. Oh shit. But Nubs, yeah, I went to the chat yesterday, man, and I really enjoyed, hanging out with them, right? It was, when the chaos got really out, well, it wasn't no chaos really yesterday. It was more of some creepiness. just just some people just don't have no coof about themselves when they up on them panels, man. They just don't know how to control or conduct themselves, yo. And they forget that they being seen worldwide and they want to call themselves famous. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. But I enjoyed myself in the chat. It was real peaceful. It was real nice. Like I said, a couple of people was on edge because they ain't know, and I let them know I'm still the same person. I just had to fall back for a minute. You know what I mean? I'm just not about the chaos. And I will not let that energy interfere with my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I stayed on with them until about maybe 7, I think, 8, something like that. Yeah, I stayed on with them for a minute. And I got on the computer and I would, because I have a habit of getting on my phone first. I have a freaking computer here, right? But I prefer to, I don't know what it is. I guess because I don't be dressed too. So I want to stay comfortable, laid back.
Yeah.
So I was watching the breaking news about the 5, and they don't have the 5 and the white guy, right? They just got the 5. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-uh.
The Memphis police officers.
I don't think I heard about that.
Oh my God, yes you have, Larry. The black officers the black officers plus the one light skinned officer that killed that young man, Tyree Nichols.
Oh, okay.
All right, you know where? Come on, man. I want to make sure you kept up. I don't want to be talking about shit you don't know nothing about.
Yeah, this thing's been kind of hectic the last couple days.
What they got to do with the day, Larry? Pull it together, man.
I'm trying.
No. Just do it. Let it go. Let yesterday go. Let's live in the day.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, do I need to get dressed for you to see my damn face?
No, ma'am.
You sure?
I don't know anymore.
Damn it. No, because man, I'm tired. I don't want you to stay in the freaking slump every damn day.
I know what you're saying.
Nope. I don't want to hear. I know, but you ain't doing it. Right?
Yep, you're right.
You holding on to every freaking slump day.
You're right.
I know I'm right. The fuck? That's why Moose don't want to come up here, because he know I'm right too. All right, Larry, I was going to get dressed for you, but I'm not ready to get dressed yet.
Not a problem.
Now, I could switch phones and give you a good avatar to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Or I could just give y'all something to watch, but I don't know if I can't show videos from the TV onto the stream and you get paid for them. Are you monetized yet, buddy?
Oh, no. I'm losing subscribers faster than I can count.
I lost some subscribers, man.
Yeah, I've lost 4 in the last week.
Guess what? I don't give. I think, you know who I think they are, though? I think they are the ones that thought that I turned on Paul. I think they are some of his people that thought I turned on him, right? I ain't turned on him, but I got free will to do what the hell I want, right? And if I don't want to be there, like, up his butt every day, I don't have to. That don't make me love him less.
Right.
You know what I mean? See, I'm going to try to say you know what I mean more than right, okay? So if I say so if I ask you, do you know what I mean? That means I'm trying to make sure you clearly understand me. Or whoever's listening, if I say do you know what I mean? That's because I want to make sure you clearly understand me.
Right.
See, I got you saying right. Listen, if you agree with somebody or if you're talking and you agree with yourself, what you gonna say?
Right, of course.
See? See, they be trying to play that damn psychology on me, right? That's why I said Luma Tommy be trying to pick my brain. He really want to see if I'm high all the time, or do what kind of rationale do I have? You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people in these YouTube streets be trying to figure that out. That's what that guy Benton did yesterday. He wanted to see how far he can take me, right? I did not insult him not one time like they do. You know how they drag you? If they know your personal business, they'll drag you through the mud in the YouTube streets.
Yep.
Man, I ain't do that not one time. You know why, Larry?
Why is that?
Because he attacked my pride and my dignity in these YouTube streets over some dumb shit.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I'm more of let's work together than fight. I mean, what's it going to solve for us to for me to call you some name or whatever. Like I said, we all gonna disagree about shit.
Not
We're
call
all
you
gonna
a name, not
we're
just
all
call you a name, try to get a rouse out of you for you to act a certain kind of way.
right. That's what I was saying in a roundabout way, but
Right. But he says that's what the auditors do. He says that's what the auditors do because they be trying to get a rouse out of people. Like the police think that when the auditors are watching them, holding them accountable, keeping everything transparent. People don't think like that, Larry. They don't think logically. They don't think reasonably. That's why they don't like me because I think reasonably, right? So, you know what I mean? I didn't mean to say right. You know what I mean?
you know,
So, because people don't know how to think reasonably, they react by saying, "Oh, you just here to get a rouse out of me. Oh, you just here to do this to me. Oh, you just here to do that to me." Right? Put your feelings aside and look at the message. The message is I'm holding my camera, holding you accountable and keeping your ass transparent.
right.
That's all I'm doing.
I want to say good morning to Danny.
Danny. I'm sorry y'all can't see me this morning. I did not feel like getting dressed in the lounge this morning, and I did not feel like showing you my same, like I got, I didn't want to put on the, my old, I haven't done laundry yet. I haven't re-robed yet. So, I just going to be off camera, this morning for a little bit.
Now we have Erm.
Good morning, Erm. Good morning, everyone in the chat.
Hope you're all doing well.
This is Tyree Nichols. See him?
I don't see nothing but your circle.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Let me turn it on real quick. That's Tyree Nichols.
Okay. Look kind of familiar.
Did you say okay? All right, so do you know anything about Tyree Nichols yet?
Mostly what you spoke about.
How much did I speak about him?
You spoke about him quite a bit the last couple of weeks.
And once again, I said, all right, wait. I don't mean to put this pressure on you, Larry. I'm sorry. You've been slumped out for the past couple of days, so I'm sorry. I don't even really mean to put you on the spot this morning. I have to be a little more sensitive, pay attention. So, but I will quiz your ass next week, buddy.
I'll probably get an F, but I'll give it a hell of a try.
Hey, you better start doing some study and catching up on my videos, the shit I've been posting, man. I see the reason I keep telling y'all, the reason why I'm putting this shit out there is for y'all, people say it can't be done. No, you don't. All you gotta do is this. Or why did he run? Why? Hey, like if I sneezed and swerve, why you gotta snatch me out my car? If I have a heart attack and swerve, why you gotta snatch me out the car? If I have an epileptic fit and swerve, why you gotta snatch me out my car? Right? Those are the messages people need to see. But no, oh, he should have ran. He shouldn't have been driving recklessly. He deserved to be beat to death. Like they say about George Floyd, he was a druggie. He was a this. He was a that. That's saying he deserved to get a knee on his neck for 9 minutes and 43 seconds because he used drugs. Not the knee on the neck wasn't the main factor. Forget about that. Three knees on your body for 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Forget about anything else. Just think about three knees on your back for 9 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah.
Try it. How about that? Look, try that shit. I dare you.
That's okay. Let's not say we did.
Huh?
I said, let's not say we did.
No, 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 no,
It,
no, no. Where you?
uh,
Hey Larry, hey Larry, hey Larry, don't be trying to throw me off my game, man.
uh,
I'm just all right, all right.
I
I guess
watched this. I watched this video last night. I'm trying to look for it, but I don't see it. It was about this family. They were walking down the street. They just came from Walmart, and there was a mom and a dad and I think it was a little girl, and the little girl was in the stroller, and she dropped a bag of candy. Well, this guy that where they dropped a bag of candy thought it was trash, so he came out and he fucking started yelling at him, "Pick up your fucking trash, you fucking, want." And dude's all like, "Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, it's not trash, it's candy, but I'll gladly pick it up, not a problem." And the guy come out and he's like, "Oh, I'm an off-duty cop and you're littering and yada yada yada." And he's like, "Oh, well, if that's so, sir, what's your name and badge number?" And the guy was filming it. So as soon as he says, "What's his badge number?" the off-duty cop comes running as fast as he can to the guy, tackles the guy on the ground, goes and puts his kneecap on the guy's neck and shit. You can hear the little kid going, "My daddy, my daddy, my daddy," and it's just like, what the fuck? So by the end of the show, there's like four cops there, and all three of them, there's three of the cops saying, "Oh, that guy, the off-duty cop did no wrong," basically, and this one lady cop is like, "Dude, the guy got it all on film. You can see the guy running as fast as he can, tackling him. How in the hell can it be the guy that was walking down the street's fault?"
but you got hit like this situation with Tyree Nichols, you got lawyers that are gonna back him up.
Right.
And it's
Yeah,
sad because go ahead.
the guy, the cops talked the guy that got tackled into accepting the cop's apology, and the cop gave the guy $60 if he didn't post it to YouTube, and guy told him he wasn't gonna do it, and then posted it anyway, and now he's taking him to court. I'm like, good.
Did he catch the bribe on video?
I didn't see it. They just talked about it.
Oh yeah, because if he caught that bribe on video, that would be more, you know what I mean, more damaging.
Yeah, I know. At one point, they went. I guess the guy turned himself in or whatever at work, and they took him off work for a few days, and then said, "Oh well, you were a bad boy. Don't do it again. But here you go. Here's your badge back or whatever."
But
It's a bunch of bullshit.
all right, I'm sorry, Larry. Look, sometime I could pick up on the vibe, and I shut the hell up, right?
Oh man.
But one thing I can do, Larry. Hello.
I'm listening.
One thing I can't do is sit here with you and be in the slump and all that. Like I'm trying to talk about things to keep you kind of inspired or just keep you kind of get out that slump you in. But I will not sit here and just be sitting here being quiet and being in that mess you in.
Oh, I know, and I respect you too.
I know you don't. What I'm trying to tell you is wake the frick up. Let me talk or do something to help you stay the hell up. Because you tell your little stories. You tell your stories, not little stories. I don't mean to diminish what you're saying, but you tell your stories and then you get, oh God. You go back to being quiet and down, right? And then when I start talking, it just seems like I'm talking too damn much.
No, you're not. I'm listening. and it's helping.
Yeah, but am I allowed to talk about what I want to talk about though? Right? When I start talking, will it offend people and then you don't want me to talk about it?
You can say what you want. You're a
I
big
don't
girl.
know. I'm just saying I don't know because when I was talking, you was like, "Okay, come on now," right? And I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm saying too much, and maybe don't nobody want to hear me talk about that right now." I'm just saying, Larry. I pay attention to everything. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at you. I'm just saying
No,
that
I
I pay
know it.
attention to everything. All
I know that.
right, so I talk when I come up on your panel, and when I go up on anybody's panel, I want to be talking about shit, right? I want to be talking about what we need to pay attention to and stuff like that. I don't want to be drama bonding and all that bullshit crap. You know what I mean? I want to keep people alert, paying attention, stop dwelling on the yesterday, and let's see what we can do today to stand on our grounds. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and if that's not what you want to hear, let me know in the morning, and I won't come up here trying to run in my mouth.
uh,
That goes for anybody in the chat too. I won't. I'll just look. I'll just hang out.
so you got any plans for the day?
I don't answer questions, Larry.
Damn you.
Yeah, because man, my business ain't YouTube business all the time, man.
All right.
I thought about
I
that
gotta.
yesterday, and
I gotta go do. I gotta go do some food shopping today.
okay, yeah, because every time I share, if I whatever, I might leave my house. You don't never know who these with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta be careful in these YouTube streets. People are relentless.
I think that's the sad part about it, though.
It don't
Like,
have to be sad for me if I try not to be a part of it.
no, I was. What I'm trying to
So,
say is, I think it's sad that people gotta. I don't know how I want to word this.
all right, I guess because I'm
Pick
trying to get
apart.
to work.
Pick apart people. Why pick apart people when we all have problems? We all have things, that we need working on. Why can't we just all work on it together?
Because you have to work on yourself first before you can help anybody else work on them.
Well, that's true.
Hmm?
That's
Hmm?
true.
I know. I'm agreeing with you, Larry. Yeah, I mean, like, so, when you're not working on yourself, but you trying to work on me, it ain't working.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Oh, is Nub still in the room?
I believe so.
Nubs, could you, Larry, could you put the name of the Ashakanda, whatever, Ashawanda, whatever that name is, could you put it up on the screen so I can write it down? I ordered my black seed oil already, but I want to get that other stuff and I couldn't remember how to spell it. Ah, and what did you say is best for arthritis stuff again? My sciatic nerve. Even though I need to get my ass up off the chair and stop hanging out with Larry so early in the morning and take my ass to the gym. But we're not going to talk about that. That's on me, not Larry. It's not his fault. But I'm just saying, I get this sciatica and it looks like it's going to rain. It looks cloudy as hell outside. So that's
I
why I'm
want to.
probably having.
I want
Huh?
to thank Danae for what she just said. She says, "Larry, I hope the sun comes out and shines on your face, and you get outside and just breathe and enjoy the beautiful Oregon. Views are loved."
See, Larry, and look, I don't think you would get those kind of reactions from people if I wasn't up here really kind of helping you understand where I'm coming from.
All right, I'm gonna put this name
No,
up for you, Sly.
oh,
Did you
come
see
on,
that?
man. Don't cry. I love you, man. Stop. They love you. Everybody love you, man. Don't cry. I mean, cry. No, cry. Because your ass might need a good damn cry. Go ahead and cry, Larry. Cry. Go ahead. I want you to get it out because your ass might need a good cleansing today, right?
I'm probably sure you're right.
Yes, go ahead and cry. I'm here for you. Cry. Your chat is here for you. Cry. If you need to cry,
Oh,
fucking cry. Go ahead.
can you
Go
see
ahead.
the? Can you see the name up on the screen?
Yes. Ashwakanda. Yes, I see it. Thank you, Nubs. But Larry, go ahead and cry. Don't you hold nothing. See how you stopped your emotion to make sure I seen that? That ain't nothing but love.
I know.
That ain't nothing but love. But cry, Larry. Maybe that'll help you get out that slump.
Yeah, you're right.
Hmm. Stop telling me I'm right. Luma Tommy is listening.
Oh, I know you weren't laughing at me, Erm. I know. I didn't take it that way, but thank you for letting me know.
Now, why would Larry, sweet soul Larry, think y'all gonna make me get dressed? Because I think y'all need to see my face this morning. I'm gonna have to start preaching to the damn choir. But why would you think Larry? I done lost my train of thought. Stand on your ass, Larry.
Uh, my
See, and the
I'm
reason, huh?
my mind's just blank right at the second.
Man, don't stop telling me that shit.
I'm
I'm
just
trying
telling
to.
you what I'm going
I
through.
already, I already know. All right. Larry, are we friends yet?
Yeah,
Do you think I know where your mind is at by now?
I know you do.
All right, then. So leave me the hell alone, Larry. God. I mean, you would think you saying this think make I don't know. You already know I know, right? What you how you feeling because I hear it, right?
Yep.
I'm not wrong about what I'm hearing, am I?
I don't believe so.
No, Larry, am I or aren't I? Yes or no?
No.
All right then. Let's be honest, man.
You got
I really it hurts me to know that I can be so real with you with you guys and I still get half-ass shit.
D. We have a D's nuts in the room. I recognize the name, kind of.
All right, so only these nuts I know that now and I used to say that in the YouTube streets with one of my auditors. I used to like him a lot. That's where we used to say to each other, "These nuts." But I also seen somebody traveling in the YouTube streets with the same name. And if they showed up here, it might be that person or that person that I seen with the same name that travels the YouTube streets. But just don't bring these nuts up on this platform. I mean, on this screen. That's all I'm saying.
No, he he said something.
Larry, you fucking up the bit again. No, what you get ready to explain to me, Larry? What do you get ready to explain to me, Larry? I'm just being funny, Larry. Let me be. Leave me alone. You always got to explain some shit. All right, come on, don't stop talking. Just stop explaining shit. If I can't see the chat, I don't give a no. Psych, I'm lying. Let me get the right thing there. Hold up, Larry. Is it still in the chat? Which name? Ash. Ash.
Yeah,
I don't forgot to write it down.
it's up there now.
Okay. Patriot Canadian Nubs Moose Chuck. Cream and Sadie would make such a good panel right now. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know because I'm gonna answer this for me, Nubs. I don't know because Moose kind of like said yesterday that the only way he would come up on Larry's panel was if Nubs and Mary was there, right? So if that's the case, if y'all, want to come up, I'll leave and let y'all go ahead and, have at it and enjoy your morning. Because, see, I'm not going to be fake with anybody that comes up on this panel, right? And I'm not going to let anybody talk to me and treat me any kind of way if they come up on this panel. So to avoid all of that, if y'all want to come on up on the panel and Larry wants to have the company in the lounge, I'm glad you go in the chat and hang out. Keeping it real. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to spoil my day. I don't want to hear no nonsense, be a part of no nonsense, and be a part of nothing. So, Larry, how do you feel about that, sir?
I just right now just would want everybody to have a good time, get along with each other, and see if we can work together. That would be awesome.
Well, Moose made it clear to me yesterday. I don't know about you, but he made it clear to me yesterday that he can't enjoy me and your company without other people. So if he can't enjoy my company, I don't want to be in his company.
Well, I understand that.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. If you want to have your guest up, I'll gladly leave so you can have your guest up. I don't want to hold up your broadcast, trying to be selfish or anything like that.
Well, I
Okay.
understand. I
All right.
understand, and that
So
just kind of to me shows, you know, that where you're at and you're willing to bow out, and that
no,
to
no, no,
me is
no, no.
good. Maybe let me
Yeah,
finish. Let me,
yep.
let me,
Think,
I might,
think.
hang on, please, just let me finish. I might be saying it the wrong way,
Yeah,
but
because you
what I'm
said
saying,
bail out. You said
what,
bail out. That's the wrong word.
okay, what I'm trying to say is, to me, that shows what kind of person you are. That you don't. I don't know that you don't want to infringe on anybody, and you're just willing to bow out if that's what's necessary. To me, that shows that you're. Uh, I don't know.
All right, let me explain it so you won't keep saying I don't know. I can help you, sweetheart. I can clearly help you understand me better than you can understand me. You got it?
It's not that I don't understand you. What I'm trying to say
I
is,
know, Larry, you getting defensive again, but babe, let me say it so you can
all right, go,
understand and you won't have to think, right?
all right, go ahead.
You- Right? You do you clearly understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, dear.
I'd rather for you to clearly understand and not wonder and think and try to figure it out. If I say it so you can understand it, then you don't have to do all that, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm not bailing out. I'm holding myself accountable and being responsible for my behavior and my actions, right? It's not about what satisfying anybody else. It's about protecting me and my mood and my vibe and my feel. You know what I mean? It's about me. It ain't about them. I tried to be a part of them, but Moose excluded, being here with me and you until he got them, right? So that's what I'm doing. It ain't bailing out or nothing. I am responsible for my behavior and my attitude and all that stuff that goes along with me. So that's you now. Now, do you understand? It's not about anything else. It's about me holding myself accountable for my behavior.
Yeah.
Now look, I got that like I don't give a fuck.
No, it wasn't that way at all.
I know, Larry, I know it wasn't. You wouldn't dare say that. I know. You could think it, but you wouldn't say it. But seriously, Larry, huh?
Well, that's kind of like we have this lady in the neighborhood that's lived here since she was born,
Mm-hmm.
and she's kind of the neighborhood annoyance. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And she's half crazy, half drug addict, and she yesterday I went riding by her, and I said hi to her, and she let me get about halfway down the block, and she's like, "Shut the fuck up, Larry." And at first it hit me just totally wrong, and I wanted to turn around and say, "What the fuck?" But I knew if I did, I I know when I'm not right, and I know if I open my fat trap, I'm gonna get myself into trouble. So I just kept fucking riding.
And not only that, being as though you was in your slump, it could have went all left and not right.
That's what I'm saying. I knew if I opened my fat trap, you know.
I understood, Larry. I really did. I swear I did. He said, "That's what I'm saying. If I had an open, I listen. See, that's what y'all fail to realize, right? I do listen to y'all." But see, I always got to come back with my own words, right? And nobody likes that. Nobody likes me having to come back with my own words. But anyway, and then another thing too, right, Larry? You mentioned this to Moose yesterday, and I heard you. You said, "Well, Dad, dude, I've been gone for a couple of days, and no one seemed to care." Right?
Well, my point of view was
Right?
correct,
Right?
correct.
Okay, so we gonna make excuses now?
I wasn't making excuses.
All right.
My point of view was, I've checked on him quite a few times when I
Oh,
thought he wasn't doing good, and I just kind of expected the same in return because he called me a friend. He said he loved me and shit like that. And like I said, it only takes 2 seconds to say, "Are you okay?"
okay. And once again, Larry, I'm gonna say this again because I heard that yesterday, so I listened to you and understood you. My point today is you felt that way because no one else other than Moose wasn't concerned about why the lounge was closed, where Larry was at, how Larry was doing, right?
Correct.
Thank you. Not just Moose. You have other people too, right?
I supposedly have 52. Well, I
Uh,
had 52 subscribers. Now I only
Larry,
got 49.
Larry, we not gonna count those people. We gonna say you got other people too in your life that you thought cared, right?
That's a better way to looking at it. Yes.
I just want you to see it, not me. I want you to also hold people that say they dare to you accountable for their actions as well. Cause you got on Moose.
Right.
Hmm. Just saying. But now everybody wanna come hang out with you, right? And Nubs don't know, so he the nice guy in all of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. So if you want the company, I will leave and let you have your company in your lounge. It's your lounge. So, and I don't mean to put you on the spot like that, but I'm keeping it real.
Honestly, right now, I just really wish everybody could get along.
Well, Larry, they made their choices over and over again, or they showed their behavior to me over and over again, not just once, not just twice, right? When you show me your behavior the first time, shame on me. When you show me your behavior the second time, shame on you. when you just show me that you don't give a fuck, then I'm done. I'm sorry, Larry. I'm not a go along to get along kind of girl. If you don't know how to treat me, I can't be bothered with you.
No.
And I'm I'm not fake. Y'all know ain't nothing fake about me. So if you want everybody to get along, then people to have to learn how to conduct themselves and know how to treat me. They don't. Like, I treat them, you know what I mean? I don't try to hurt nobody. But you're not gonna take my words from me. You're not gonna make me, you're not gonna do that to me. No, I ain't having it. Especially when I've been the same way all the time. I'm not different. I'm the same person that you met from day one, right? And if you don't like me, if they don't like me, then that's on them. But I'm not gonna be sitting up here laughing in nobody's face, you know what I mean? Like they care and they really don't. And you tell me, oh, I need backup. I can't come up on the platform with just you and Larry or just Larry and you. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. I don't need to be on the platform with you at all. Fuck out of here. So that's just how I feel, Larry. That's not on you. It's just how I'm conducting, how I'm being as though I'm an adult human being, right? I still can teach people how to treat me. You're not going to treat me like shit every damn day. Fuck that. Am I wrong, Larry?
You gotta do you, right?
Right. Stand on my grounds and principles. Oh, shit. And that's one thing I haven't been in the past 3 years that I've been in these YouTube streets, Larry. I've always been the same person, right? When I go in your house, I know how to act, right? When you start disrespecting me and treating me any kind of way, then that shows me you don't know how to act. Or you don't know how to behave, right? People can do what they want, say what they want, but I ain't got to allow that energy in my space.
Yeah.
So, you want me to go unless you have your company, buddy? Because I can, but I'd rather be here with you for a little while, get you out of that slump, man.
You're fine.
Now, it would be nice if Nubs was admirable and come up and hang out with us, right? Because I ain't never did nothing to nobody, right? Y'all know it. I ain't did nothing to nobody. Yes, I did. I did something to somebody. I followed behind somebody, felt sorry for somebody, and I did somebody harm. We can talk about that in your DMs, Larry. You with me, Larry? Larry.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. What are you doing? Are you on? Come on. Why I don't see your face, man? Come on. I don't appreciate this shit.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck? Why is it so dark? Are you trying to do a me? Are you in your robe too, Larry?
I don't know where my camera is. Hang on.
Oh, no, Larry, no. If you're comfortable, turn it back. If you're comfortable, man, turn it back off. I just want to see your face.
Hang on.
All right.
I gotta get a damn extension for my camera.
You need a tripod?
No, my cord on my camera is like really super short, so I need to
Oh
get
yeah,
a
yeah, I know.
extension on it.
I know what you mean. Well, no, get extension cord and duh. Get extension cord, Larry.
Yeah, I need a USB to a USB so I can make my cord longer.
You know, Larry, keep it simple. Stupid. Get extension cord. Right? Are you with me? Are
Hey,
you following me?
yeah, I know what you're saying, but to me, when you say extension cord, I think electrical,
Right,
like
right.
you know,
Okay, okay.
to plug in. But that's not what I
Right.
need. I need a cord that goes from USB to USB to make it longer.
All right. So all right. So okay. I know what you're saying. What is the phone plugged into?
No, it's my webcam. My
All right. What is
webcam,
the webcam is plugged into the computer?
correct.
Okay, I got you now. I understand now clearly. See, all it does is to work out. I'm not the smartest tool in these YouTube streets, Larry. I told you.
Hey, this is how we learn, right?
Yes. Nubs, I want to see your face too. Man up. No, that wasn't long enough, man. I need to see your face enough to smile.
Oh, I don't know if you'll get a smile out of me today.
I ain't asking you for your smile. I'm trying to get my smile. I'm trying to get my smile on. Who gives a fuck about your smile right now?
There you go. I had to put on the hat.
Thank you for coming up and gracing us with your presence.
I got that COVID.
Oh, you got that flu. Don't get on no respirators, man. Say no to the respirators.
The Wuhan.
Yo, I'm sorry.
It's not very fun.
Look, FDC, whatever. Say no to the respirators, Nubs. We agree with them. We don't, say that they don't help, but
Yes.
no,
Make sure you take your respirator when recommended.
I'm gonna put the camera on for this one. Yeah.
Make sure you definitely do not tell the doctor that they are not intelligent.
That's what I'm talking about, Nubs, man.
All right, so I'm going to make a really intelligent move. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I can make my assumptions, and quite frankly, it's none of my business. That's where I stand on things. Unless it happens to me directly, I can make assumptions, I can make assessments, I can use discernment. However, ultimately, until somebody acts accordingly, it would be foolish of me because I don't know the circumstances of their situation. So in this situation between you and Moose, I can assume that people were being people and making mistakes as people normally do on both sides. Mistakes are always made on both sides. That's why there's three aspects of the truth. Always three aspects of the truth. There's your side, there's my side, and there's what actually happened. And so I don't know. I'm sure eventually I'll find out. I don't necessarily care to know because that's what happened between y'all, and it's not my experience. Otherwise, it would have happened to me. And it's not me looking to be rude or not have couth by any means. In fact, much the opposite, because my business is mine, and I'm here for Larry and to have that kind of conversation. So I just wanted to put that out there.
I appreciate.
I saw you laughing. I saw you laughing way too much too. It was unacceptable. And I just wanted to say, as far as agreeing or disagreeing, I always disagree just because.
Yeah, hey, and you know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to disagree, right? And when I disagree, allow me to disagree. It doesn't mean we gotta fall apart. You know what I mean?
No.
We gotta fight. We gotta argue. You know what I mean?
No, see, that's where you're wrong. See, my opinion is the number one most important opinion.
But see, somebody told me yesterday that their opinion was right. Like you just said, their opinion was right, and
I
I
just
was
did it to you
wrong,
today.
wrong, wrong. Huh?
And I just did it to you today. And you are wrong for bringing that shit up.
But
Trying to
listen,
bring some yesterday's meal into
no,
this shit.
no,
That
no, no,
shit's
no,
already rotten.
no. Listen, it is wrong, right? But if we don't hold people accountable that had, like you said, it happened to me, so I have to
Oh,
hold them
yes.
accountable, right?
Oh, yes. I do agree
And
with
then,
holding one
and, and
accountable.
then for knowing we get together every day and nobody was concerned about the lounge being closed kind of showed me another aspect of behavior, right? So
I hear what you're saying. However, there is two aspects. Okay,
how about the
so
how can let me say this first. How about the
go
one,
ahead.
well, let me say this first. How about the one where you say, well, I would come up on this on the panel with y'all, but I would have to do it with Miri and Nubs.
Then that is where they stand, and they should be able to have that opinion just as much as you get yours. What
True.
here? Check this out. Check this out. So, have you ever climbed a rock?
No, I stay off of rocks, man. I be too
Okay.
high, man.
All right. So I've done a lot of climbing. And when you're climbing with a partner and you've got ropes, right? Those ropes are what holds you onto the rock other than yourself. So if
Exactly.
you fail, those ropes hold you, and the person that's holding those ropes is literally holding your lifeline. That's what it's called. It's literally called the lifeline.
Exactly.
Okay. So before you ever go up that road,
Mm-hmm.
and I call it a road and not a rock because it's just a road, it's just in a different form.
Mm-hmm.
You look at your partner and you say, on belay. And they say, belay on.
Mm-hmm.
And if those two things don't transpire, then you don't go on the rock and he doesn't hold the rope.
Yeah, and that in that situation, right? I totally agree with you, right? And that's what I thought I had. And I was bamboozled. I thought I had a partner that would hold that damn rope, Nubs. And I was bamboozled, yo.
Well, Sly,
They
let me tell you.
they chickened out on me.
No. See, I don't know the story, but I
I
will
know.
tell you.
See, but listen,
I
that's
will
what
tell
I'm
you
saying.
that with hang on, check it out.
Okay.
I can tell you with my experience in
Right.
belaying people,
Right.
okay, being the
Right.
guy on the ground, holding somebody's life in their hands,
Right.
your neck gets tired,
Okay.
your hands get tired, your eyes get tired, and sometimes you look away.
Mm.
And then you look back and you
Mhm.
realize that you looked away. And as the guy that's belayed on the bottom once or twice, that I would say, considering that would and there again, I don't know the situation, don't care to, it's none of my business. But what I'm saying is basically, if you don't realize where somebody else is coming from, then you're always going to be the one with somebody's life in their hands. And I mean, you're a smart enough woman. I'm not trying to be all psychological on you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I clearly understand, and like you said, you don't know exactly how I feel and what I'm really displaying, right? But
Other than what you've said, no, I
right,
don't.
exactly.
And
So me assessing my behavior and the way I look out through my eyes, right? I only
that's
can
you.
assess.
Yep.
I can only assess me and how I should be treated, right? And if you take
Yep.
advantage of that, then you know, that's where I draw the line. See, I can't draw the line for somebody else. I have to draw the line for myself because I don't want to be wrapped up in the fakeness, right? I don't
Well,
want to
see,
be wrapped
Shy, now you're getting into a different category of climbing.
Wait, I'm climbing with
Because,
my friend. I ain't climbing with a stranger.
well, no, see, and this is the problem that I've had with climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, for one, I don't have any mountains to climb like that. And I'm speaking of physically climbing mountains. Okay, so I'm not talking about metaphors, or I'm talking about physically climbing.
Right.
So I don't have many mountains. There are no mountains in Minnesota. However, where I live, there is an area near that I frequent quite often. So therefore, I live there too. Nevertheless, it has some really nice bouldering.
So you got your own rock? Is that what I'm hearing? You just named the
No,
rock out there.
no, it's not necessarily my rock, but it is definitely my rock cliff or my rock
Okay.
face. They're like 35, 40-foot cliffs, you know, so it would definitely kill you if you fell. However, you know, growing up in Western Pennsylvania, I learned how to climb very well. And I learned how to climb on my own. And I think that's part of where you struggle is you've had to climb on your own because you haven't ever been able to find. No, and hear me out. Hear me out.
No,
Because I see your
I'm
facial
listening to you and
reaction.
I'm agreeing. No. I'm listening because I turned my head because I'm listening to you because I'm really picking
Gotcha.
up on what you said. And then I got you on that
Gotcha.
because I can tell you I agree. Go ahead.
All right. So I think that in the metaphor of life, back to that, you have found in your life that not many people have the talents nor the excellency to be able to climb with you. And therefore, you have learned how to put your points into the damn rock and belay yourself to hoist yourself up onto the rock. And so when you do let that line to somebody and they don't pay attention as you would be paying attention to them, it brings up those old issues, and you know, we are who we are, and
disappointment.
And realize that disappointment, much like grabbing a rock cliff, it has its abilities to hold you, and it has its abilities to fall away. And also your fingers have a lot to do with it, because if you don't have seasoned fingers, your fingers are going to slip out of even the biggest of rock cliffs, you know. And it doesn't matter how big it is, your fingers are just going to slip because you don't have the strength where you need it, you know. And I would say that just watching you over the time that I've known you, you're a very independent person, and does not lend a line out, because when you're climbing in high places with a partner, you're both in charge of both of those positions. You're both climbing and you're both belaymen, you know, and therefore you're really equally. Yep. And you know, I think that if I understand the situation correctly, my observation would say that we're all being human in this situation. And one of the skills that I do not learn very well, because I am also an independent climber like yourself, metaphorically speaking, is grace. Grace is something that we cannot afford, because grace means I will fall. However, grace and finesse should always live in the same house. You know,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You still have more?
There was a comment made of being the right tool for the right job, and I absolutely agree. And being the right tool for the right job means that you need to have many tools in your toolbox.
My turn?
You know, yeah. No, you get no turns.
anyway, Nubs, and I totally agree with you because I never had help, right? In all of my childhood, teenage, adulthood, I never had physical help. I'll say it like that, right? Um, Mental help either, really, no. I'm gonna be honest.
It all comes hand in hand.
Yes, and that's why I guess, like you said, that's why well, once I give you the line, right, and then you make me believe that I can trust you, right, and I open up myself to trust you, right, and then you do not one thing, a few things to like show me you're not responsible to to be that person. So
Sly,
why would I
how
want to?
do I don't mean to cut you out. I just have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Continue what you're saying, but get back to the question. My question is if you're climbing with somebody, and I'm speaking of the analogy,
Mhm.
if you're climbing with somebody and they're putting their points in weak spots, in weak positions, and you are the more experienced climber, they're going to continue to do it until they are corrected properly.
And
And
okay, go ahead.
hang on. Um, with that being said, there are many ways to put in anchors. One of them is by literally physically pounding it in. There are other ways that are much less evasive where you literally slide it in and it has a little adjustment that as you pull it out, it holds fast. One can break the mountain face. One will secure you and continue to keep the mountain face intact.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good climber. You're a phenomenal climber.
Mm-hmm.
Drop your hammer and get with the better gear.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm only saying it because I know that you'll take what I'm saying to heart because you understand that I'm a free climber too. I don't need your rope just as much as you don't need my rope.
And okay, and so and I'm now what I got out of that is you heard me clearly, right? You heard what I was
Mhm.
saying, even though you don't know the situation or what the back whatever is, you still heard what I was saying, and you gave a good damn analogy to it.
Well, I also heard that while I'm having my peaceful morning climb and I'm hearing somebody banging on the damn mountain with a damn hammer, and I'm handing you a couple of these smoother tools and saying, "Hey, simmer down, you're making too much noise."
That's the damn problem, right? That's the damn problem. People want me to simmer down, right? And I'm the professional climber.
Well, professionals need to move up with tools and tactics all the time. Let me
But
tell
I
you,
need the right tools, man. I
you
don't
just
need to
need
be in my
somebody.
imagination. Listen, I don't need to
You
be in
need
my
somebody that'll.
imagination. Go
Yep,
ahead.
yep. You're in
You
that place.
understand.
I get you. I get you. I
I'm
definitely
60
understand.
years old. I'm 60 years old, Nubs. I really don't need the unnecessary nonsense of other people that don't know how to even bam the thing into the line to help each other. You understand where I'm coming from?
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So,
I'm not. I'm not there in years, but I am there in because I think it's something in the water.
or something in the air, them balloons.
Or maybe it's
I'm
just that
sorry.
old teaching. Maybe it's that, I mean, somewhere along the lines, we all have a Grandma Betty and a Grandpa Red. We all
How about
have that
some?
wise, the what?
I'm sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, how about somewhere down the line, we need to pay attention to what we have in front of us and stop looking behind us.
We always need to look at what's in front of us. Have you ever tried to drive a car looking in the rearview mirror?
I've seen people do it and get in plenty of accidents.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I think
right,
I think that
metaphorically.
I will agree with that metaphor. I think basically what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a very experienced climber aggravated with the mistakes of a less experienced climber. And I don't think and I don't know the story, so I mean that's a big assessment or a big assumption.
All right, can I
And what
explain
I'm
something? Can I
go
explain
ahead.
something? If you okay, you watch a certain behavior, right? And then
Yep.
you take on a personal, not training, but a personal trying to understand and teach how to bam that clip into that rock, right? You know what I mean? Like try to help me out, help you out, help each other out, you know what I mean? And then you get that, yes, I will, I got you, I got you, yes, I understand where you're coming from, I got you, right? And then they show how they got you by throwing you on the train tracks.
Girl, you when you hand somebody that lifeline, you are putting your life in their hands. And
But
obviously it's
they told me I could.
okay. And let me ask you this. Well,
Yes.
I'll put it this way. Let's go back to that analogy.
Yes.
Right? All right.
Yes.
So when I'm climbing that mountain face,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got somebody and we're climbing high, so they're not on the ground belaying me, we're climbing in tandem. Okay.
Right.
So now we're clipped into each other and we're clipped into the mountain. So the farthest we're going to fall is 10, 15 feet, and we're going to slide the other person. We're going to really fuck the other person up, right? If we fall, we're going to fuck them up.
Right.
So there's also one rule in climbing that it's like one of those cardinal rules. It's not necessarily a law, but it's a rule. 3 points of contact at all times. Either
I'm
2 feet.
You see me, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to show the camera, right? I'm trying to.
Yep. It also has another rule. It don't climb in bath towels.
Don't climb towel cots.
Definitely not. Definitely not. That's a whole nother level.
I'm just saying that was part of me. That was just my words.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with you, Dubs.
No, but back to the rule of 3 points of contact. Do you know why that's such an important rule?
Right, so I won't hurt the other person, and I could just maybe
No.
know how to cut, huh?
Nope.
Why?
Nope. The 3 points of contact has nothing to do with the other person. It has to do with the fact that you have one arm to move forward and 3 to hold your position.
Oh, snap. Okay. But
yeah.
Okay.
Much like when you're pointing at somebody, you have 3 that are coming back in self-reflection and 1 that is going out. You get what I'm saying? So while you're in this situation, you're just as responsible to hold on to that fucking rock. And if you're paying attention to how the other motherfucker's climbing, and you're seeing every move and you're seeing every fuck up and every mistake, granted, you need to fix them just as much as you need to work on your own because you clipped into them.
So once I start working on me and what I need to do right, and I start seeing that they are a fuck up and they just don't want to learn how to do this right, or do this, so we can work together, right, and be peaceful with each other. They'd rather cause friction and be fuck ups and just say, I'm going to move along. Fuck you. I don't need to learn how to climb rocks.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Unclip. Oh. Hang on. Here's how you deal with that. You're an experienced climber, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you say, okay, obviously you're capable at this point. Mm-hmm. I'm going to unclip from here. I'm going to clip you into the mountain to make sure you don't fall.
I tried that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. You don't try in climbing.
I'm sorry, Luke. Luke, I'm calling you every fuck up I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you're in that mindset. Yeah, see.
I apologize.
Hey, I'm gonna do something for you. I'm gonna show you something
What?
physical, so you understand how secure these things are. I mean,
Water bottles, Larry. Water bottles.
Feeling
Larry, I
like
don't see you. Why
COVID.
don't I see you, Larry? I don't appreciate not seeing you, Larry. I need to see you, Larry, this morning. All right, because you sit there and you get in that damn slump. I need to see you with your back up and your chest out, Larry. Hello? Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? Yeah, I want to see you, man. I want to see you with your sitting up. Did you cut your hair? Did you shave and stuff?
I took a shower last night.
Did you shave and stuff?
No.
Fuck out of here, Larry. What I tell you 4 days ago? Huh?
I don't need to shave. I cut my hair short enough.
Ah, yeah, here we go. Now, Nubs, are you there? All right, he getting the clip to show me the clip in the hammer and the shit, right? But while he's gone, so Larry, what did we discuss the other day about you helping you get out of a slump?
I am.
I'm working on it.
So,
Larry, do you need a fucking shovel, buddy?
Are you kind of wait,
I
Nubs?
need a fucking bulldozer is what I need.
Wait, Nubs.
No, man.
I'm gonna give you an analogy. Wait, Nubs. I'm gonna give you an analogy, right? So when you got your rock climber, right? You see them in the slump, and they just don't want to pick up the hammer. It's too heavy for them. They don't feel like hammering the thing to keep us safe. They just sitting around, carrying yesterday. So I says, hey, maybe cut your hair, shave, get yourself together, and maybe you'll feel better. 4 days later, I'm working on it. So Nubs, would that kind of put a strain on the professional rock climber that their partner just ain't got it in them?
Man, I'll tell you one thing. When
Damn,
when I'm
like
out,
a lot of snow out there.
yeah, we got like an inch yesterday. Motherfucker, these things are cold. Holy shit.
What are you grabbing icicles again? What I tell you about that, Nubs? Stop sucking on
Damn,
the
these things are cold.
man. Leave the icicles
No, I
alone,
had to
Nubs.
grab my climbing gear.
Oh shit. It's in the shed. You don't need
No,
that
it was
light,
out in my
Larry. I
truck.
can see you. Are you ready to roll a cigarette?
I'm rolling a cigarette.
I knew that. See, I told you I pay attention, man. Shit don't be in my
All right.
imagination, man.
Shy, you were talking about friction, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
See that?
Yes, sir. I'm the big one. Oh, I'm sorry.
That? Nope.
I'm the small one.
This is to create friction.
Right.
That
small one.
Gets connected here.
Yeah.
And when you connect, you're connecting these person and you twist that thing. Now you can't.
Right.
It's solid.
To lock it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is to lock it. So when you see somebody in that situation, when you're climbing a mountain, sometimes you get fucking tired because you're going straight up.
Right.
Sometimes you get really exhausted, and some of us are better climbers than others. Some of us have more energy than others.
True that.
So what you do is while you're attached, you got your rope here, that's connected. You take your carabiner, you unclip it, from you,
Mm-hmm.
and you clip it to the rock, and you lock it.
So you keep guiding
Lock it
yourself
tight.
up, right?
And you let them where they need to be until they're strong enough to continue climbing that damn rock.
Do they?
It's
All
hard.
right. Can I ask this
It's
question?
hard
Can I
because,
ask?
yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go
it's
ahead.
really, it is really difficult because you're out there on that damn mountain face and you think people that are climbing next to you are of the same level of climbing that you are. And it was
No,
your
not
mistake.
necessarily. Not necessarily by paying attention to them. No, not necessarily. They on the same level. They can't be.
What I'm saying is when you meet somebody on that rock face, you're not any lower and they're not any higher than where you're at right there. So you're meeting on an even playing field, even though you're not climbing on an even playing field.
True that.
And it's our discretion. When I've noticed that in my life, when I get most agitated at where people fail me, it's my assessment of them that has failed me, not them, because they are going to do just what they are going to do every time they do what they do. It is my assessment.
How about, okay, it's my assessments because of the words that are coming out of their mouth. Did you hear the words that were coming out of my mouth? It's my assessment because of the words coming out of their mouth. Now, I don't know that they're true or being fake, false. I don't know if they're being true or being false, right? I'm taking it for face value that when I hear your words, right, I'm beginning to trust that you know how to climb this mountain with me.
Yeah, but you understand when you're climbing mountains, you know just as well as I do. You see those people, and if they can't do certain things, if they're not able to grab that thing and flip themselves up and down and around, and you aren't climbing with me, homie, because you're gonna fall, and then you're gonna fall and make me fall.
Then that's when I listen. When I see long enough, when I see that you can't climb with me, right? I'm not gonna keep allowing you to hold me back.
Just remember, when you climb alone, you are alone, and there's nobody there for your lifeline.
Why can't I just maybe help somebody give mine? Why can't I do that? Why can't we find another face value and try? Right? Because the other one that I had trying, the words came out of their mouth that I'm willing to go. Right? I'm willing. But then they say, man, I don't feel like this shit. Hey, fuck out of here. Like, yo, I don't even want to be up on the same panel with them. Fuck them.
We all have days like that.
Okay.
We all have days like that.
Right?
It's when they turn into weeks and months. I get where you're coming from. I'm not disagreeing with what you did or did not do. What I'm saying is when you're climbing, be tactful and know what mountain you're climbing and where you're climbing and how you're climbing, because when you climb different rocks, your tactics change. Because if you go from a boulder that has smooth edges and your climbing experience is only on jagged edged rocks where you have good grips, well, then your fingertips aren't developed for those other rocks and you'll fall. Even though you might have climbed for 20, 50 years. Doesn't matter. If you climb different rocks, you've got different experiences. You know,
and I'm at that age, Nubs, where listen, I'm not.
You're climbing on your own.
Because people make. I mean, I allow myself to open up to people because I am that kind of person, right? So when you,
it's because you hope for better in people.
No, I not a hope for better. I wish for better.
Well, I would say that's the same thing, but I understand where you're coming from.
You understand? Yeah, because see, when I hope, like, I'm still setting myself, that's how I look at it. When I hope, I'm still setting myself up for failure, right? But when I wish, that I'm wishing that the God spirit in me can reach that next person and kind of, you know.
I think
wish
there's a clear difference between hope and wish. To me, wish would be of the realm of the jinn, whereas hope is the realm of the spirit, I guess would be. Because to me, hope is something that is unseen but still known that it's there.
And I was hoping, I was hoping these last few times that, you know, they would pick up on it, and then you know, because it was I wish that this were, you know, I wish that, that the spirits would.
You know how
Well,
many
like-
good handholds I've seen people walk or climb right past that would have saved them on that damn rock face?
like the story about the guy that's in the sea or whatever, and they throw him a life thing, and he says he's waiting for God to save him, and they throw him all kinds of things to save him, and he drowns because he was waiting for God. God was trying to save him then.
God was sending him all the stuff that he needed, yes. And what I'm saying is, well, to use your analogy there, I'm showing you better equipment to climb the mountain more efficiently. So either you can pick up on it.
You're hired. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. Alls I'm here is climbing past with you. We just happen to be on the same rock face. I'll climb with you. I don't need to link in with you, but I'll climb with you.
See, that's all I need is another professional climber, I guess. Look, I'm way past training, motherfuckers. Excuse my expression. I just want to climb. Listen, Nubs, I just want to climb, smoke, and be happy, man.
See, we used to do this thing. We call it, back in high school, I used to be a high school student, young, dumb, and full of cum.
Really?
And we used to do this thing. I grew up in a mountainous region, and this thing we'd do would be called mountain running. And we would run as fast as we could up the mountain, and then we would smoke. We would get really, really, really hot.
My kind of party.
This is where it gets interesting.
All right.
Then we would run down the mountain. Yeah, the mountain party just changed for you.
Yes, that changed the whole dynamic, because you got me up on this mountain, got me high, and now you want to run down this mountain? Fuck out of here, man. I'm staying up here and enjoying my high. I see y'all at the bottom, laid all out, all flat and shit.
Now, mind you, I'm not talking about running the trails on the mountain.
I know.
I'm talking the cliff sides. Yeah, like,
I believe you.
Yeah. There was this one time we were running and we were coming down, and my buddy was behind me, and my feet went out from underneath me forward. Not a good situation, because now I'm sliding down the mountain. Granted, I'm sliding in a good position, but sliding nevertheless, bad position. Well,
you ain't got shit to grip on.
I'm grabbing for anything. I'm grabbing for branches.
Shit to grip on. If you falling, you couldn't grab.
I'm grabbing for branches, plants, anything I can grab. Nothing. I get to the edge, and I'm seeing this cliff, and it's about a 15, 20-foot drop. And the bottom is jagged mountain. Well, you've been to through Western Pennsylvania. You know those mountains.
Don't lie
Needless
on me.
to say, I'm getting.
Look, don't lie on me. I don't go nowhere. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm seeing this thing get closer and closer, and then I hear my buddy slip. He slipped or I slipped. So you've got two guys in a row ready to go down off this thing. I grab onto the last fucking tree right before like it was growing out of the crevice that the mountain broke off of.
Mm-hmm.
I grab onto this fucking thing. I grab onto my buddy's fucking wrist. He grabs onto my wrist. I take my whole momentum and just whip him up over onto the other side. He keeps the momentum going and I'm up on the other side. Let me tell you, when you turn and you learn how to run on mountains, you have to learn to trust the people you're running with or don't run at all. You've got to learn how to trust them. And that's important because learning to trust them is one thing, but learning how to trust them. Can you trust them with your entire life, or do you need to have restraint to build that up?
And these
That's
YouTube
what I'm
streets,
saying.
You gotta have, in these YouTube streets, you gotta have the strength. Listen, in my real life, man, I just don't have these problems because, like, even my neighbor, I'm gonna tell you, like the other night, my neighbor was out of her mind a little bit, and she was attacking people, and I'm one of the ones she tried to attack, right? So I think you might have heard this story. I put the claws on her. So anyway, yesterday she was walking down the street, and I was walking past her, and she was smiling at me, right? So I said, "Are you smiling at me today?" And I said it in a real calm, nice way, not like, angry or nothing at her, because I knew she was high. I knew she was messed up out of her mind, right? So so she was smiling, and then she said, she was
You
still
know
smiling.
what you were doing.
Wait, she was still smiling. No, let me tell you, she was still smiling, but said, "Oh, I forgot we was going through something." And I smiled back, and while she was walking past me, I said, "We ain't going through nothing." I said, "Oh, you smiled, you forgot, right?" Because I wanted her to know that it wasn't me trying to hurt her. It was her attacking me.
So you do know how to put anchors in without using that damn hammer. I knew you knew how to do that shit.
I mean, I did put the claws up, right? Because I wasn't gonna let her hurt me, because I knew the range that she was in, right?
Of course, but you gotta clip in. You always gotta clip in, because otherwise you can fall off. If you don't clip in, you're gonna fall off, and if you don't have your 3 points of contact, you're gonna fall off. And every step you make, you're gonna fucking fall off. What makes a good climber? I'm not going to fall off. And when I do, I'm going to trust my equipment, and I'm going to trust my harness points. I'm going to trust my clip-in points. I'm going to trust the things that I created, not what anybody else did. Because if you see somebody else putting their harness in or their clip-in points, and those are bad clip-in points, and you're saying to somebody, hey, that's a bad clip-in point, and they're still putting it in there.
I got it.
Realize that when they're rolled.
I got it.
All right. I'm done beating that dead horse then, because fucker's dead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, you got me now. Okay, I thought you were saying I was telling you I got it. No, yeah, because that's what they would be down there talking about. Okay, yeah, I understand. Yep. I got it. And still fucking up, right? Talking about, I got it. Yeah, I understand. Yup, I got it. And then my ass is flat.
The side of my house, I spent a half an hour explaining to my laborer how to pressure wash. Mm-hmm. I showed him for 15 minutes, so 45 minutes worth of.
You did the damn job.
The side of my house has cedar. What's that?
I got you. Because some of that was breaking up, but go ahead.
So 45 minutes worth of instruction. He should have been fine. I was doing other shit, working in another place, working at painting my house. Mm-hmm. And I noticed it had taken him much too long. So I come walking over. He had about 2 feet of probably about 5 by 5. So about I don't know, 50 square feet, 30 square feet, something, not a huge amount, but a decent chunk right at eye level. He had dug into the cedar siding
Just
with the pressure
constantly
washer.
spraying in that one spot.
Yep. It looked like a wild animal took to my house. I wanted to beat him. And I looked at him. I said, huh?
You still got him?
No, but I do talk to him quite often.
Okay.
I wanted to beat him. I looked at him, and the thing is I looked at the situation and I realized this kid has never worked a day in his life other than with me. So for me to expect anything from him, I would be a fool. And this is how I've gone at it as far as any labor I have ever hired on since him. He was more of a training to me than I was to him. I will tell you that.
Because it taught you to pay attention to the people you hiring to help you do shit.
Not just that, but to understand where their skills were and were not.
Yeah,
It
that's paying attention.
That's a price, though, that not many people understand. There's a cost to incur. But employees tend to cost business more than they're worth a lot of the time.
And Nubs, shh, that's why I be by myself, right? 3-story houses by myself, right?
But you know just as well as I know that 3-story house is lonely as hell.
Hey,
That shit's lonely as hell.
Guess what? I would rather do them by myself than having to chase and follow behind somebody helping me. Because it's going to
Well, that's
cost
not
me
somebody
more.
helping you.
What, huh?
That's not somebody helping you.
I know.
If you
but I'm
got to
just saying,
chase
like
them
you said-
down,
No, I'm saying, like you said, you hire a laborer and, you got, like, you can't leave them alone for a second. They fuck up. Excuse my expression. You know what I mean?
no, you're right. You're right. And even here's the thing, though. I do the same thing with my business partner. My business partner will come out and he'll be working half the fucking day. And I'll walk over and be like, dude, what are you doing? And he'll be like, oh, well, I was doing this, and this. It's all in the plans. And I would say, well, this needs to be done before we can even touch any of this. And you just wasted half a day. And this is my business partner. And the way that I react to him determines how my business is going to go tomorrow. It doesn't determine how my business has gone. It's going to determine how my business is going to go. So when I look at him and I'm like, dude, you just cost us major, and I put that finger out, that blame, then I look at it and say, you know what? I should have been better on instructing you, because I know that you do not have the experience to understand that if you do all of this, and we've been in that situation once or twice where his experience is just not there. And I knew that walking in. It's not that I was unaware of these things,
but you was
but I was hoping for better. So to give him the third degree, I would be foolish, because it would be merely a third degree on my own self for lack of training for him.
And sometimes we need to hear it from, even if we directing it towards, we directing it towards that person, we need to hear it for ourselves, right? So we can make a correction within ourselves, not we trying to correct
correction
them.
is always that's one thing that I will tell, or I will stand by Paul through and through, is the correction needs to come inside of you. That's how you're able to come correct.
He did the other day, Nubs. We was up on the panel. It was so lovely. He did. He was so sweet. I'm sorry.
That's
And he-
I mean, I still go over there quite often. I just don't comment because I don't want to be brought into the drama, and because
Let me tell you first. Let me tell you first. And hey, crazy Tommy. Let me tell you first, though, Nubs. And that's why I stopped engaging, because I didn't want to be a part of that energy, right? But
because you know how to climb.
Right. But yesterday I was in the chat and it was so fun. It was so nice. Everybody welcomed me back, but they, some was on a little, we don't know if she's a troll now or whatever. But I made everybody feel and let everybody know that I'm the same person that came into this chat the first day, right? I have
Right.
not changed, right? So like, if you got any thoughts, don't, let it go. I'm here. Everybody welcome me back. Like, so, like you said, if you don't, and when the craziness shifted a little bit, right? I was like, oh, it shifted. I'm about to be out. And then I think he read my comment, right? And he brought it right back down, right? To a certain limit. And then when it got crazy again, then I said goodnight to them and I left. I had a good time, let them know I had a good time, and I left because I don't have to be a part of the craziness.
Yep, you unclip and you go about your mountain.
Exactly, I mean.
And the thing is like, a lot of the time you don't even have to clip into the same fucking group per se. You can just climb next to them. Like if I'm on a mountain face, I'm not there for you. I'll tell you that. I'm there for the experience for myself.
Thank you.
I can enjoy it with you, but it's not for you. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. And I think that's what he understands about me, right? I'm going to be my own person.
I'm
Shut up.
politely waiting for a chance to drop in here, but I want you to quit punching yourself in the face, Sly Shy.
I'm not, Tommy. I create
You
my
are.
own space.
So just
Listen,
the
Faith,
easiest
listen.
thing is just take on your I don't give a fuck attitude right now so I can say this shit, Because I
Okay,
want to
all right,
relate with
all right.
Nubs on some small business stuff that I don't want to
All right.
lose at the cortex of my mind. But
Okay, I'm gonna
you got this thing where it's like you'll explain the problem with that channel every way possible except for the one who's corroborating it all, and you just
I don't
want to
give a fuck.
protect him
Wait,
in your
Tommy.
mind for some
Wait.
reason.
Tommy, I don't give a fuck about the channel. I
Well,
really
that's
don't.
him. That's his
I
brand, and
know.
everyone
That's
loves the
that's
smell of
his
their own
channel.
brand.
That's his channel. I get into the person. That's his channel.
That's what I
That's what I
disagree on. I don't think you're in that person at all.
I get into his spirit. The spirit that I get into.
Oh, you see what
fits
color his
fire.
aura is, right? I don't give a fuck what color you see people's auras as. I'm about that. Let me talk to Nubs first, because
Go
this
ahead,
will show
sweetheart.
you
Go
some
ahead.
real retail fucking shit that I'm
Shut
on.
up. Go ahead,
'Cause
baby. Go ahead.
What?
I
All
said,
right.
go ahead. I got you. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Larry. All right. So Nubs,
Hold up.
I
That wasn't Larry. That was me.
I know
The
that was
fuck?
called a backhanded compliment. So Nubs, Nubs, I agree with everything you were saying about your business, as long as you accept that leaving that dude alone and whatever detrimental thing it causes could be on you for leaving him alone with, your laborers and stuff. But I wanted to
Of course
relate
it's
that.
on me.
Yeah. And I wanted to relate that whenever I was a manager for retail and Domino's Pizza food stuff, I did so much hiring and firing that I gave up on interview and hiring strategies in favor of everyone gets 3 weeks because once the person thinks they have a job, then you see who that person is with a job, and then I would make my decision. But all the fucking what kind of tree would you be and all that sit down and smile to my face bullshit. I was like, you know what? I'll fill out this paperwork. I'll deal with the 1099s and all that shit, and you'll get comfortable enough real fast to show me how you're gonna be. And I just went accordingly. So I agree, because I did work for a solar guy who I looked like an asshole in the company for being like, hey, who's in charge on this job site? You know, who's the team leader on this job site? And from the CEO down, everybody's like, what do you need a team leader for? I was like, wait for the first discrepancy. Wait for a motherfucker to have a problem with something, or wait till you're dishing out labor for us taking 3 days on a 1-day job, you know? Then you'll want to know who's the fucking team leader in this shit. So that's all I had for Nubs. But Sly Shy could just go on and on with like an alternate view of what I don't think you're seeing. Just like the person that summoned me back to that show after I took my break. Oh, I've sat there and watched. They're very much part of the assault crew, or the missionary crew, the door-to-doors that jump in the chats of other channels. Like, well, let Paul up. Why won't you debate Paul? Yeah, that's the person that Heartfelt asked me to come back. And I still see benefit in the time of coming back. I got here in time for this civil war of channels, and I can play my Game of Thrones role accordingly. But I'm just saying, Sly Shy, I know how to be a good guy, and that guy's not trying to be on my team. You get it?
Yes, and I understand, right? Everybody judgment of him is their judgment or whatever. Anybody that feels a certain way about him, that you're entitled to feel that, and I wouldn't take.
But you sound like you're going this opinion direction, and I'm like, no, I can look at the actions. No. I can separate myself and make it pretty factual.
Listen, Tommy, I can only speak for myself, right? I can't speak for.
But I can speak for more than myself, because I'm like.
Go at it. Look, have at it. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't like. I don't like. Right? I don't understand why people would doubt the way I feel within me and my spirit, right? Don't doubt what I'm doing and how I see things, right? Because I pay attention to all of my surroundings. And have you ever seen him say anything bad about me?
It's not that.
Have you ever seen him?
You're asking a question that you want a specific answer to, Sly Shy. If I say without your name, yes, I've heard him say bad things about everyone if he doesn't use your name.
I said my name, me. Have he ever said, yeah, that Sly Shy has backstabbed me, did this, that, or the other about me?
Has he ever been right about the people he said that about?
I don't.
So you're asking a bullshit question.
I don't give a fuck about.
He has definitely called me out once or twice on some shit that I was definitely guilty of. He pinned it. He this is what you're doing. I some reflection, and I'm not defending or anything like that. I don't have a dog in that pony show or anything like that.
I'd be interested in this event you're talking about, or the details of that. I'd like to hear it. I
was just talking out of place. I was not having decorum. I was not being. I was speaking out of ego as opposed to speaking out of.
That's still a little big, but it doesn't.
Believe that you were there.
Hold on, you're getting a robot on me.
Yes, it was in a passing conversation.
So it had little weight on. Hold on, I'm getting robot.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, you sound all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down and jump back in.
Okay.
Now you're all right.
Tommy, right? Listen, with a lot of us that are mature and know how to conduct ourselves, we don't get into having to talk about specifics, right?
That's
we
how
we
you
don't.
go to jail or don't go to jail is
But
specifics.
we're not in jail. We're in these boxes on YouTube, on the YouTube streets, and we keep less drama towards ourselves as possible, right? So if we
That's
chose
not
not
true.
to,
I've just
if I
tolerated
said
the
we
swings you've
right
taken
here,
at me.
I'm talking about right here, right?
I'm
We
talking about
try
right here. I'm talking
right,
about right here.
right. So we try to not elaborate on certain things because we don't want to bring that drama back up. It was
Yeah,
already dealt with.
that's why my
It was already
family is
dealt with.
dispersed.
Listen, it was already dealt with then. He understood it, and now he moved on. Right? You get what I'm saying?
No, because I don't know what you're talking about because you're avoidant and you always say the thing that makes you either half right or makes you not care. And that's
What I'm
what drives
saying
me
is,
nuts about
what I'm
people. To
saying,
just
what
take a
I'm saying
goddamn
is,
stance in something and know what you're talking about.
but we don't listen. You got to remember, adults have free will. They don't have to do what you want them to do.
That's not what I'm talking about.
That's what you're saying. You're saying,
No,
oh
it's
well,
not.
if you want to hold we people accountable, you have to know details, right? And
Well,
we
that's
don't have
true.
to give you details for you to
No,
hold
what
us
I see,
accountable.
you're wrong. What I'm saying is you don't want to hold anyone accountable is what your problem is.
I don't have to, right? I only have to hold
No,
people
nobody has to do.
accountable.
I don't have to use my phone to come on these Zoom calls. I don't have to.
I only have to hold people accountable when it affects me.
That's why then am I allowed to not give a fuck about racism? Can I say it doesn't affect me? I don't give a fuck about racism?
But you ain't gonna sit up here and call me a bunch of N-words with the hard ER.
And maybe
Right?
out of policy.
I'm just saying, no, out of respect for me. Fucking no policy. I'm talking about out of
But
respect.
what if
for you
it doesn't
knowing
affect me? Why
wouldn't.
do I have to give a fuck? Of
You
course
don't
I do,
have
Sly
to,
Shy, but I'm
listen,
asking you, why do I have to give a fuck?
I understand, and that's what I'm saying, because it's me and you, Tommy, right?
No,
If
I
it was
mean with any of Paul's AAs, with
I'm
any
not
AA in
concerned
my
about
life, why
Paul's.
do I have to give a fuck
I'm
if it
not
doesn't
concerned.
affect me?
I'm not concerned about Paul's anything else, but how I'm treated, how I'm respected, how
Right,
I
right. So
talk,
if that
how
guy
I
in the
conduct
white pointy
myself.
cap treats you well, why do you have to worry about the guys in the white pointy cap?
The white pointy cap guys that I see, or they might not have their pointy caps. If they're affecting me, I got a problem.
So as soon as you're free of that problem, they can just go lynch all the AAs they want.
They listen. If don't nobody hold them accountable for their lynchings, what can I do, Tommy?
Hold them accountable.
How? Put
I'm
put a target
representing
on my
that
back.
every fucking
Listen,
appearance I've ever made.
put a target on my back saying I'm a part of a group that hates these people. No,
Are you
why would I
calling
do
me a
that?
name? Are you calling me a Lumafoil based on your knowledge of me on this channel?
No, sweetheart. I started calling you aluminum foil.
Then it's me holding people accountable for their unslaved bullshit that they take to other channels.
But no, I gave you that name because of me meeting you there on that channel. I didn't give you that name because you was certain kind of way. Or I mean, I gave you that name because that was a personal feeling or connection. Though every time I seen you, that you would know who I am. That's that crazy Sly Shy calling me aluminum foil. That's not
I
nothing.
always knew who you were based off of the first time I ever saw you panel, and
Yeah,
I
but
just
I'm
know who
talking about
people are that
joking with you.
participate.
But I'm talking about joking with you with the AKA aluminum foil, and I
I
explained to
think
you.
you should attach your bike bell before you do any more backpedaling.
What do you mean backpedaling? I told you why I started
Dude,
calling you aluminum foil.
listen,
I
I am
told you
not
why I called you
offended. I
aluminum
am not
foil.
offended
What
by anyone.
backpedaling? But wait, what backpedaling would I be doing? Because I did explain to you why I started calling you AKA aluminum foil. Didn't I explain it to
Because
you the other day?
I've taken you on a loop around no accountability, not giving a fuck, back around to why you have to have
No,
accountability and give a fuck.
I said when I saw you, I held myself
This
accountable
is
for calling
backpedaling.
you aluminum
This is
foil. Wait,
backpedaling.
I held myself accountable for calling you aluminum foil by explaining to you why I called you that. I said I started calling you aluminum foil because your little ass wouldn't sit the fuck still. So I thought you
That
was
makes no
tweaking.
sense with the
That's what
name.
I
Like,
thought. That's
aluminum
why
foil, may I take a stab at it, Sly Shy? Because I have a pretty good memory compared to a lot of people that frequent these Zoom calls.
Go
You
ahead.
started calling me aluminum foil, to me not giving a fuck because it doesn't affect me. You started calling me that because I would show up and push back on all kinds of bullshit, and people said I sound crazy.
How can
But
you
to
tell
me, the
me what?
crazy
How can you
is the fucking people that
How can
support
you
that
tell
shit
me,
going on.
Tommy? How can you tell me what my thoughts of you was? How can you put me in the
Now
category with
this is what
everybody
makes
else?
people,
I
this
am
is
my
what makes
own
me, I'm
person.
answering you, Sly Shy. This is what makes
Don't
people
holler at
think
me.
I'm baiting people and that
Don't
I'm,
holler
it's
at me. Don't
because,
holler at me.
what?
Don't holler at me.
I am hollering at you right now because you keep talking and I know what you're saying because you said it every time. Now, now when you talk about trying to tell you what you meant by a thing, let's revisit the Whoopi Goldberg day because that's exactly what you did. And that's
And
exactly
Paul
where
put that-
Illumin foil started because you don't have a good memory like I do.
Nope. I started calling you aluminum foil in the chat before I even came on the panel and met you, or before you even came on the panel.
Now you're using my lines because when I watched you take the panel, it was before I ever took the panel. And that's when you had your hand up trying to get Paul to give you a second as he rambled on and on when you were just trying to give him props.
Were you in the chat before you was ever in the panel?
For months. For months.
Was you, then when you went up on the panel, was I in the chat? Because he in the morning is when I was going up on the panel. When I started,
you would not remember anything like that compared to what you don't remember that was weeks ago.
When I started calling you aluminum foil was in the evening broadcast, right? And I was in the chat.
I don't give a fuck about calling me aluminum. It just shows that you're still like on that
You
shit.
just said you did. You do. You won't accept the fact that I didn't.
No, it's a reference. Because see, this all goes back to the particulars you wanted to deny. See, we're still talking about the first subject. Is you don't get down to the specifics, right? You were just telling me you don't get down to the specifics.
I just gave you my specifics, though. I'm talking about my specifics of
your
why I called you
Pacific
aluminum
or
foil.
your specifics. And is
whatever,
that
Tommy.
racist if I
You trying
ask
fuss
you
with
to
somebody this
clarify?
morning? Is you trying to fuss with somebody this morning, Tommy?
Oh, now we're gonna say Tom's just trying to start drama because we've backpedaled into a
Now,
corner.
I ain't say shit about you backpedaling, Moose.
You say all kinds of stuff.
I ain't say shit about you backpedaling. You said that about
No,
me.
I
Don't
said you were
deflect.
backpedaling.
I know. I just said don't deflect. I ain't say that shit. You said it.
You guys are riding around with a bunch of flat tires.
Wrong.
Not you guys. That's aluminum. That's aluminum
Fucking
foil.
Nubs, we can do you too, but I'm trying to make some progress here. Like this is this is more like a Sly Shy spot that Larry hosts for.
You can't move me, man. It's all
Because you don't care when it matters.
man.
You don't care when it matters.
Listen, do I hurt you? Do I hurt you
No,
in any kind of way?
I think you hurt yourself. I think everybody does.
No, I don't. I love me.
Well, we can all love ourselves because you should, but I'm saying you could be making a lot more. You could make a better standing than you do.
How?
Like even with Nubs, it's like Nubs. If we leave Nubs and the person that is Nubs out of it, we could be like, hey, if you changed your location and took the knowledge you have, you could probably be even bigger than whatever you're doing now.
I'm riding with Nubs. That's all I'm saying. I'm riding with Nubs.
Why? Because you're getting tribal? You think I'm against somebody?
No.
Where the hell did Larry go?
This is what I notice in these YouTube streets, right? A lot of people take what I say and start passing negative judgments on themselves about what I think of them. No, stop.
No, I'm
that
saying
to yourself.
See, once again, you go and try to explain what somebody means. Isn't that what you had a problem with?
I'm only going by what I'm hearing. I'm not going by what I'm trying to. Because see, you
But the
just said
difference
what I
is
tried.
I'm bringing the specifics and you're battling me on it.
What specifics are you bringing, buddy?
Well,
Bring
now
the
that see, this is what you've done. You've convoluted us so far off track, like that I'm over it, because it hurts whenever you see a chance to make progress in yourself. Like you're listening to a guy that can go to all these YouTube streets, having done all that pain in the face of the pain. Like at least you have an online wall between us. I've had to do this work like with people in person that I've wronged or been wrong around.
I'm
And
60 years old. You don't think I had to deal with real people in my real life, Tommy?
well, that's
Is
what
that
I
what I'm
wasn't. I
hearing?
was trying not to say that I would think at 60 years old, a lot of people should not have these ways of justifying the person that's the corroborator of most
This is
Zoom call
YouTube,
issues right
man.
now.
This is YouTube, man.
So this isn't real. I can just say N words and it's just YouTube.
And can I drag you through the mud when you start using the N word with a hard ER?
No,
All
no,
right,
I
then.
wouldn't do that.
So we would respect each other and we wouldn't do that to each other, right?
But see,
man?
you can't even grasp that we were already on that hypothetical. That's what I'm saying, man. Is like you're letting that
It's
dude
a
drag people through the
hypothetical.
mud and you're justifying it.
It's
Like
a
you don't
hypo-
stand up to someone telling you alone to move to the back of the bus. And
It's a
it's like, oh, he's
hypothetical,
all right. He's just doing
man.
his job. He's just
It's
doing
a
his job when he tells you to go to the back of the bus.
It's a
I'm going to go to the back of the
hypothetical,
bus. Just come
man.
sit with
Ain't
me.
nobody putting baby in the corner, man. I don't
Even this
come on,
man thing, that's Talcott reference. That's people making fun of Talcott, who does
So-
have grounds to be made fun of, but not
Right.
by a mob that doesn't know what they're talking about.
I only do it because I see what I see in Talcott, man.
Monkey see,
That's
monkey
the
do,
only
you
reason I
say?
do it, man.
Monkey see, monkey do?
No. I look at Talcott and I have my own assessment of Talcott. Is that okay
Do you
with
have
you?
the specifics?
Every time he comes up on a fucking panel, man.
That's not specifics. That's like when somebody
I don't
says,
have
every
to-
time I
excuse me.
panel, I
Here
cause
we
drama.
go.
Well,
Here we
tell me
go again.
specifically.
Here we go again. I don't get into specifics in these YouTube streets because people take
And that's
them
why
and
they're
they twist
YouTube
them.
streets.
Right. So I don't get involved in the specifics, man.
But you're involved enough to say man and to make up
'Cause I-
nicknames for people. You're just a follower, Sly Shy.
No.
And
I
you
make up
found
names
out
for
that where you
myself.
follow
I make up
will
names.
bite you in the
No.
butt when you participate too much.
Wait.
So did
I
Nub.
gave Junior a AKA. I gave the chef a AKA.
I don't
Junior.
give a
I gave-
fuck, Sly
I gave-
Shy. You're not
I-
getting what I'm talking about.
I'm getting what you're talking about, but you're all emotional and all in your damn
I'm not
feelings,
emotional.
and
I
yes,
am
you
angry
are.
that someone is not progressing in a conversation because they're scared it's going to leave them
You're
looking
ang-
like they
you're
look
angry.
being cool with
You're
assholes.
angry. No, I'm not.
I'm not angry. You're just going to talk and I'm
I'm
going to
not
talk
going-
and now it's all thrown out the window.
I'm not.
As far
a
as I'm
go along,
concerned,
get
Larry
along
could
kinda
kick me at
girl.
this point.
I'm not a go along, get along kind of girl. If I don't agree
Very
with
much
you,
are.
I'm
You very
allowed
much
to.
are.
If I don't agree with you, I'm allowed to not agree with you.
But
Right.
you're not agreeing with the right thing. You just have 60
How you know?
years
How
of
you telling me?
verbal
How you
gymnastics.
telling me? How do you know how I live my real life, Tommy?
I'm only talking about the participation we've had between each other and how
We
I relate
haven't
that
had
to the
too much
other hairless
participation.
monkeys on this
We
planet
haven't
I
had too much
participate with.
participation because every time we have participation, you don't like the fact that I like Paul.
No, I don't like the fact that you'll say everything that's going on and why it's not his fault. That's what I don't like. It's like saying, I
You
hate it
have
when
to
people
hold
I hate it
yourself
when people eat
accountable.
other people, but let me tell
You
you about this delightful Jeffrey Dahmer. He's the
you have
greatest
to
kid.
hold yourself accountable for the people that you have a disregard, disagreement, whatever. You have to hold yourself
My
accountable for
disagreement
that.
has nothing
I,
to do with me and him personally. It's what
well,
I
then
watch in the big
anybody
picture of
else's
things.
thoughts of him don't have anything to do with me personally.
That's why you still have pointy white hats, as rare and as hidden as they are. It's why they're off the grid, because they were pushed back by people that didn't have to worry about them. Like,
They
it
ain't never
wasn't
hurt
black
me. I'm
people
still
alone that
here.
ran
Ain't
the
nobody
Klan off.
hung
It
me
was
from a
all
tree.
people pushing them off a courthouse step.
Only
And
person
nobody
wanted to
was
chase,
sitting back saying, those guys don't bother me none.
only person that wanted to chase me up a tree was Lou Bass, right?
No, Lou
And
Bass was even in his ignorance saying an old
I'm just
joke that wasn't.
saying we talk about the YouTube streets, right? The only
No,
person
you
that
keep
ever
saying the YouTube streets. I'm talking about human individuals.
I said me, Tommy. I can only speak for me. I can't
Well, you keep
speak for
saying
everybody
we.
else.
You say we for me.
I,
This is your
I didn't say
gymnastics.
we.
This is your
I'm not
verbal
saying we.
gymnastics.
I'm not saying we. I'm
It's
saying
the
me.
verbal
Listen,
gymnastics of a
I'm not
60-year-old
saying
person
we.
being put to their
You're
guns whenever I
you're
hear a bunch
saying
of
you're
lukewarm
saying
bullshit
everybody.
from them.
You're saying everybody else. I'm saying me. You're saying everybody else. I'm
You're
saying
telling
me.
me what I'm
I'm
saying and
looping,
thinking.
Tommy. I'm looping.
Looping
I'm
is even one of
looping.
their terms they made up and don't use correctly. They
But
make up
no,
terms
do
and
you know,
don't use the term right that they made up.
Do you know what looping? Look up the definition of looping, Tommy, please. Please look up the
Looping has a
definition of
lot of
looping.
adjective uses,
No,
but
we're not talking
we
about the
both know
adjectives.
how you're
We're
using
talking
it.
about the definition of looping, Tommy. We're talking about
That
the definition
you
of
don't want to
looping.
get. Now listen, Sly Shy, you say so much that if we got down to definitions of everything you say,
we talking
that's
about
gonna bite you
looping.
in the ass
We ain't
too.
talking about nothing else but looping, Tommy. Well, that's all we talking about right now.
That's
Please.
not what I've been talking about since I joined the
Right
channel.
now, you said that people don't know. It's another word
How
that
am I
they are
funny?
using.
How
You
am I
said,
funny?
huh? How
Funny
you
like a
funny?
clown? Am I funny like a clown,
No,
Sly Shy?
no.
How am I funny?
You're funny like a comedian. Funny.
You even
I would
sound like
pay.
the guy in that scene. Like,
Listen, I would
no,
pay,
you're not.
Tommy. I would pay to listen to you if you was a comedian. I would pay. The fuck are you saying, man?
I ain't heard no punchline this morning.
I don't care, but I would pay to see you because you are funny. That stuff that you be saying, and by even going up there challenging him, you funny as fuck, and I like you. But I don't like you
I like
trying
you
to
too, Sly Shy. That's why I'm taking
but
the
you
time
trying
to
to
put
say
you through your
trying to
paces
get
here.
in my mind and say, oh, but you're following. Oh, you're following the white hats.
Hey, I don't know what definition of like you come from, but I don't like anyone that can't deal with this whenever it happens. Like, that's how I find out
Then
who
you
I
don't
like
like
and
me
who's
then.
my friends.
Then you don't like me then because I can't agree
Only
with you
'cause
on
you're black.
everything. I can't agree with you on everything, Tommy.
Well,
It's
I'm
not
not supposed to. You're not supposed. There's nobody that you can just 100% agree with. That's the Ponzi
Right.
scheme of two parties in the
Right.
two-party system. Even if they didn't contradict by themselves, no one would agree 100% with them.
And listen to the credit I'm gonna give you, right? Because
It doesn't
you got
matter.
those two. Wait,
I don't
listen.
want it. I don't want it.
Stop playing.
Where
I'm not
where the
playing.
fuck
I'm
did
saying
Larry
do not
go?
credit me.
Look,
I'm leaving in case I'm the reason Larry broke out, but I'm just saying, Sly Shy.
Larry thinks we're probably fighting, and he doesn't know that we're just having a really good conversation. You know, Larry doesn't
But
like
you
us
think
hollering.
you thought Larry shut the stream down over me and he had computer issues. So don't say Larry thinks.
Wait, the only reason I thought that is because I've seen streams shut down, not only in this circle, on other platforms I've been on, right? When it's gotten too heated, the host has shut down their live streams and left
That's
the
just a
argument.
weakness of the host.
Well, see, there you go again, man.
Well, as a person
got
that's been
judgment
accused
on
of that
everything,
shit,
don't you?
I've been muted and thrown backstage randomly, and it kept the stream from allegedly being shut
You know,
down.
the only people that did that to me is Brian O'Shea.
Well, that he's a
Oh,
joke.
I've been in these YouTube streets for 3 years. The
If
only
only
person
Brian
that's
could
ever,
think up a string of jokes better than the one that his life is,
I'd
he
rather
would be a
listen.
stand-up
In the
comedian.
chat, they said that they would rather listen to you than freaking Brian O'Shea.
That means nothing to me
No, I'm
because
just
they're a bunch of
saying. I'm
plebs.
just saying. You got more credibility than Brian O'Shea.
Okay,
That's
and
all
what
I'm
I'm saying is that was not credibility that you just passed on. Like
Oh, man, stop being
if
so
you were at the
technical.
if you were at
You're
the
so
plantation barbecue, you would have
You
not
fuck
have
up a
gotten out
bit
of the
all the
field with that
time.
comment.
You fuck up a bit all the time, man. You do. You fuck up my wet
You
dreams.
that's disgusting. That is fucking disgusting. You are not the age to talk about those things or
Why
reference
not?
those things.
Hold the hell up.
Okay,
Hold
listen,
up.
there's only
So
one
you're
person
saying
that's
because I'm
there's only
60?
one person that's bragging about fucking a woman your age, and it's Paul Enslaved.
No, that's Brian O'Shea. You ain't paying attention.
I'm not paying attention. Paul's girl
Brian
that he
O'Shea.
says
That's not Paul. Paul got a nice chick, right? That's not
she's
no.
50.
So how old is
Well,
Paul?
it's
40
one
something?
if
Is
a
Paul
dude's
40
dating
something?
if
Is
a
Paul
dude's
40
dating a 50
something?
if the dude's
Is
dating a 50-year-old woman, that's fine if he's happy. But to go online with the miscreants and brag that he's munching that like all night, that's not.
that's man, if you want to listen to it, you don't have to listen to it. When he start talking like that, you can leave.
It's not about that. This shows how far off you're missing the mark here. It's not about whether I can stay or go. It's about the
I'm not missing the
specific.
mark.
It's about the
What he
specific.
says on his broadcast about eating out his girl is his freaking business. Ain't got shit to do with me. 'Cause
Except
he
he's
ain't
using
telling
it to
people.
say, I'm
He's
getting
not
laid,
telling.
you guys are incels. It's stupid,
Listen,
Sly
if
Shy, and you
hey,
don't even know the
I don't
context
stick
we're talking
around. I
about.
don't stick around for that shit, Tommy. Hello.
Well, then how can you know all this shit you say you stick around for?
I
Do you
only
see
stick
what's going
around
on
for.
here? Do you see how long we've been at this, Sly Shy, that even
And
I'm
guess
like,
what?
God
Have you
damn,
seen me?
pull
Have you
another one
seen
out
me
of your ass.
engaging? Have you seen me engaging, Tommy?
With
After
me, yes.
here,
It
other
just doesn't
places,
make any
Tommy.
sense.
Other places,
It's all
Tommy.
elusive. It's all elusive, evading bullshit.
But other places I've seen you. Have I ever disrespected you though?
Yes.
When?
That time you couldn't accept the Whoopi Goldberg and you were fucking chasing me. And even when I was exiting the
Oh my
stream,
God.
you popped
Here
back
y'all
in at the
go.
last minute. I was like, Jesus Christ, she's still going on this fucking.
No,
Even
no.
everybody got what I
Wait.
was saying that day except you.
Wait. No, I wanted to make sure you knew who I was and that I wasn't just a passerby that
Sly
just popped
Shy,
up
we
on.
had so many interactions before the Whoopi Goldberg thing. Don't
No,
bring me
we
that
never. I was always
bullshit.
in the chat. I was never up. I only came up on the panel with you 2 times, man. One time you called me that with that one time when
See,
you
that's
called me
way
that
too
Whoopi Goldberg.
specific for something that was almost a
Paul
year
edged
ago,
it
and you're
on.
you just came out this morning to go back to your memory a year ago and tell me down to the minute what happened a year ago almost.
Because
Because
I
you're
remember
being
it wasn't a year
evasive
ago.
and you're on
It
some
wasn't a year
bullshit right
ago. It
now.
was 7 months ago. It wasn't a year ago. It was 7 months ago because that's how long I've been following Paul. It was 7 months ago, right? And like I
think
said,
you're taking my 6-month claim and just adding a month to it.
oh my God. Can I? Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna do this with you because you're just unbelievable. Like I gotta
That's
take
my
your
line.
time.
That
I
was
gotta
my
take your
line
time.
back when you
Look,
were
I
on
gotta
that
take
looping
your
tip.
time. Listen, I gotta take your time and add it on. This is how you think I think. Like you don't give me no credit, right? I don't know how to think.
Not
for
if you
myself.
can't give
I don't even know how
specifics,
to
no.
speak for myself. But I am.
No, you
giving
don't know how to
specifics.
speak for yourself.
I am giving specifics of when
Partially
I came on
because
Paul's.
you don't have a
When I
penis,
came
but
on
some of
Paul's
it's because
channel,
of how your
when I
life is
went to
going.
Paul's channel, when I went to Paul's channel, I know when I did. It ain't got shit to do with when you went there. I know when you came up on this broadcast, but
Doesn't
it ain't
mean
got
anything.
shit to do. Right. I know when I went up there though. When I went to his
Doesn't mean shit.
broadcast, I know.
Irrelevant.
You just brought it up. What the fuck are you saying? You just said
You
I'm
can't
adding on
can't
my
rely
time.
on any who
You
brought
said
what
I'm
up because
adding
you
my
threw
time
such
to
a
your
wrench in
time.
this whole thing
You
that you
just said
can't go
I'm
back to
adding
who
my
brought what
time
up.
to your time. Did you just not say that? Did you just not say I'm adding my time that I've been on his channel to your time? So I'm just saying that.
I
just
said
adding.
you took my estimate of approximately 6 months. I keep telling people, and I think
And
you
I
added a
added
month
on
to that.
and I added on the other month to make you sound credible. I mean, make you
No,
sound
I think you
right.
just used it as an estimate. It wasn't to make me sound credible. Maybe it was to make you sound credible.
Oh my God, Tommy! Listen, everybody done left us, right? And I've
Yeah,
been
it
very
reminds me of the time that I was telling you it wasn't about race. It was more about that you were female, as 7 other men sat there and waited for you to hear me out and get done with it. And
well.
that was
See,
on the Unslaved channel.
what happened was I didn't want to feed into.
What happened was you
Can
were
I
telling me
finish?
I
Let
was
me
being
finish.
racist, and I
Let
said, if
me
anything,
finish.
it's that you're
Let
the
me
only female
finish. Can
among
I
8
finish?
men.
Can
But
I
if you
please
do
finish?
think I'm
Can I
racist,
finish,
we could
please?
chalk that up
Can
to
I
I
finish,
don't
please?
give a fuck.
Can I finish, please? See, you talked over me and you're not respecting me. Can I finish,
Oh,
please?
now, this
All right,
time,
well, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to rage quit.
I'll beat you to it. I'll leave you
Nope.
alone talking to yourself.
Nope. Bye, baby.